Now if you remember, we came out here and planted sweet potatoes without any roots. They're doing just fine. Now if somebody hadn't made a rule about planting something, got this really nice cluster of amaranth. You saw me up pot this the other day. It needs to go in the ground. It's got some really nice roots on it. It needs to be out. Needs to be out of the container. That's some more of those sweet potato slips without roots. Well, hi. Welcome back to the garden. Today is Thursday, June 23rd. We got a volunteer tomato. We got two choices. Well, we got a bunch of choices, but for me, I got two choices. We either trellis it up or we pull it up. And it's a free plant. And if God wants a plant here, that's where it's going to be. We're going to trellis it. So just like the rest, hang your string. Take it down to just about the bottom. Take your stake. Push that on down into the ground. That's something to anchor it to. Like the rest of them, I like to string it before we prune it. That way we know exactly where we're at. And this is sort of bent a little bit, so we're going to be just gentle. I'm going to kind of work with it and not force it too much. Okay, so we've got it strung up. Now it's been laying on the ground, and these leaves are a little spotty. We'll take all those lower leaves, just take those off. Both sides. It looks dramatic. But see, once we did that, we've got another volunteer right there. We're going to go ahead and let that one grow a little bit. So we've trellised this. Follow the main stem up. Got a leaf. Where there's a V here, you got your sucker right there. You're going to remove that. Now this leaf, it's broken. It's been on the ground. Go ahead and remove that. It's got a little sucker trying to grow. And there you go. A flower. So I think we're in good shape here. So there's your volunteer. Because of being out of water for a week, I did pick up a couple more cheap buckets. Also filled them up with sawdust. We're going to mulch here around where we just got this volunteer tomato. I want to show you what we're doing with this cherry tomato. My wife asked me not to prune it up as severely as I prune everything else up. So we've got a nice sucker here. It's got 1, 2, 3 branches of cherry tomatoes on there. So I'll show you how we keep this from hitting the ground and see if we can't make this produce a little better. First off, here's our main stem. Now this leaf and this little sucker, those have to go. They're going to be in the way. They're going to be shaded out. So before we even string it up, I know those have to go. So those are gone. Take a look here. That one's kind of holding on. We'll see what we get there. So far, I think we're okay. We got a nice big sucker right there. We'll show you what we're going to do with that once it gets a little bigger. So I'm just going to pull another string. I'm not going to attach it all the way to the ground. We're going to go just below where that branch is coming out. This is where the scouting knot thing comes into play. You just kind of thread that. Got just enough to tie a knot with. All right. This is the tricky part. And we've got leaves on this side. Get the leaves on this side. Bring this up. And you don't have to go all the way to the bottom. You start wherever it's gentlest. Because you're going to have to make a wrap or two. Be real gentle. You do not want to crack this. Come around one leaf. Let the bee get out of the way. Just work with nature. You don't have to fight it. And there you go. It's coming up. Now as this grows, it has its own string. We will go ahead and continue to trellis it. Now that we have this up, we can take a look and see if there's anything that we don't need. And for right now, we got one one big leaf at the bottom that's got some spots. A second big leaf that's got some spots. Just clip those out. Look at that. There's our first. Those are going to be our first, but we got cherry tomatoes there, 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 and there off of this runner. Anytime you got a brown spot, just take that leaf off. In Oklahoma, it's warm in the summer. It's going to be a little warmer tomorrow. But we got a cool down coming on Sunday. Think we'll come out here and pick some potatoes. After all, I ate all the potatoes we picked the other day. That's why we do it, because it tastes good. And remember, until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.